why some work shows up and some does not, and how to figure out how to read the chart. I've done series on this before, but hopefully this will explain it a little bit better. We're going to take the blast that's current right now, and I'm going to go into it a little bit further. I'm Eastern Standard Time. Hey, it's 11:11 as I talk. Okay. See how when it hits that black mark at the very end, it's on the 23 mark? This chart is charted in Russia. I am Eastern Standard Time, so it's Army time, but backwards. That little 23 number at the very bottom there would be 11 o'clock in the morning. Count backwards to the 22 would be 10, the 21 would be 9, the 20 would be 8, and so on. If you go all the way back to that 8 on the Schumman chart, that would be 8 p.m. last night. I started working with 2 healers last night at 8 p.m. till midnight. We can do massive healings, and they don't show up on the Schumman simply because we're doing massive healings for either future timelines, different dimensions, or past life timelines. When we speed things up by 100 million years, that's not going to show up on the Schumman. The Schumman only calculates the energy that hits the Earth in current time. So if you're doing work with solar flares, that'll hit the Earth, that'll show up on the chart. One time there was a healing where we were making sure that all of us were connected to the correct source, not to like a biblical God or creator God. Like even if we were wrong, we wanted all of us to connect to the correct source, uncross those wires. That showed up on the chart. That was a while ago though. So only current time stuff shows up on the Schumman. Now, there are other blasts all throughout this. The part I worked on was from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Now, all of this green stuff here is that healing being put into place, right? There's more. There's waves. There's ripple effects. Someone else was a part of that. Someone else was a part of that. Could I have been a part of that also? Well, I just have to ask Spirit Source. Was I a part of that? Was I a part of this? No. Was I a part of this? Yes. I don't fucking know what that was. I'd have to look at the time. That was midnight to 9 or 8 p.m. the day before. So the Schumman chart will span across multiple days. This black part is where it ends your current time. So, like again, it's 11:20 now. That's the current time. Does that make sense? The chart is actually so simplistic in nature if you're connected to source, but it ends up being really complicated because people want to understand it but don't know how, which is fine. Okay, so on the live we did last Friday, we thought there was going to be, people on the live thought there was going to be a massive blast. And I was like, I don't think there's going to be, simply because all the healing we did, we were speeding it up by 100 million years. So even though we're putting puzzle pieces together, it's not for the now time. Now, this blast from 8 p.m. to around midnight last night, that blast, I was working with, I don't know if they want me to say their names, 2 other healers by text, like we were working, we have it all documented, and then there was another healer to the side that was part of it, and another healer that had given me a puzzle piece, but they weren't part of the healing session. But we were opening up the books that have been combined, the tablets that got released, they had to be combined and then open, and it's connected to Thoth and Alexander's Library and all sorts of shit. Anyway, yeah, I hope that makes sense. So, like, when everybody else comes on here and is like, alchemize your energies and blah, 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 and then, like, the science side that talks about, like, the vibrations that hit it, like, combine them all. Like, this is just the easiest way, because that's what I do, is I get to the easiest way to understand things. I just break things down into tangible bits, and I demystify spiritual concepts, because it's not all that mystical. It's just really, like, just align with the things and do the things, and then it shows up. Like, it's, I don't know. That's what I do. So I want to teach you guys how to do that. So again, when the black hits on the end, that's what time it is. Currently, when you look at the chart, the hours are backwards Army time, like instead of, backwards Army time. And then the blaster only show up when you do work for the now moment, not past lives and other dimensions. Okay, bye. These pictures earlier today. This blast from today was connected to, or not from today, from yesterday, was connected to what Alexis was transmuting. This segment of blast was connected to what Gina was transmuting the day before yesterday. This is connected to what I was transmuting this past weekend. This is connected to what Kate was transmuting at the end of September. Alexis's transmuting actually put her in the hospital. Mine had me physically in pain and down and out this weekend. Kate's had hers down and out this weekend, and on the end of September. And Gina was out as well with what they were transmuting. My kids physically had to feel it as well on different times. I'm going to write on the screen what I believe is happening. Hey guys, I know the majority of you throughout this app, throughout the years, have heard about the Schumman resonance chart if you're on this side of TikTok. And you'll have people who give reports on the energy, or they'll tell you there was a huge blast. And this chart's in Russia. That has nothing to do with the Ukraine-Russia thing. That's just where this is located. And you'll see these blasts happen. You can actually read the chart really well if you zoom in here. And I'm going to link it to a playlist that talks more about that. But this is not energy happening to you. This is you happening to create the energy. So the healings, the workings, the inner child stuff, the help you're sitting to, the situations worldwide, like with the gay rights stuff, with the war stuff, all of that is what this is. So I'm going to put a healing on the phrase for you because yesterday was a doozy. Okay?